Welcome to Business Central Launch Event 2025 Release Wave 1. In this session, I will show you new set of Power BI reports related to sustainability. This is something what is coming as a new. In this session, I will show you reports, but sustainability app is coming with 26.1. So what is included here? We have set of reports. First set of reports is related to greenhouse gas emissions. So you can find realized emissions versus target and versus baseline. You can find emissions by category and scope, carbon equivalent analysis, journey to net zero carbon. So many different Power BI reports. Plus, we have water and waste analysis, because with this wave we introduce water and waste analysis. And one more thing, social analysis. Even if this is not related directly with sustainability, but this is related to ESG reporting, so this part is related to social governance. So we enable one report related to social analysis. And on the top of that, we have sustainability and overview. So let's turn to demo. Okay, let's look in new Power BI set of reports, and I will start with sustainability overview. First, you can find some KPIs realized for all three gases and water and waste. So this is realized. And then you can find carbon equivalent different analysis, carbon equivalent per category, carbon equivalent emission by month, carbon equivalent emission by scope, carbon equivalent emission versus baseline, and then plus water and waste intensity, water and waste intensity by type. So you have the most important information on your sustainability overview. And then we can turn to realized emissions versus target. And again, on the top, you can find the most important KPIs. First for carbon equivalent and carbon. So this is realized versus target your sustainability goals. And the same apply for two other gases. So you can control completely these KPIs versus targets. And plus you can see what is your net change in this period, what is your target. Again, you have equivalent by scope, gas emission by categories. So all these details for all different gases. Very similar realized versus this time versus baseline. So this is not versus target, now this is versus baseline. Again, equivalent carbon, methane, nitrogen oxide, and again, emission by scope, emission by baseline. Now we can switch to water and waste analysis. Here you can see water intensity by different countries. We have here, for example, in United States, that we have 14,000 of liters or meter cube, depends how you measure. We have something in Australia, a little bit more. So you have all these details about your water impact around the world or in your country when you are working or operating. Then if you watched about water and waste management, maybe you already noticed that we have a responsibility center as facility operations, so you can track your water intensity against your facility capacities. Then again, you have water change year over year, waste change year over year, again, water and waste intensity by facility, water and waste intensity by type, all these details here. So we can continue emission by category. So you have for all categories, all emissions we can track, and the same emission by scope. So you can see emission by scope for carbon, emission scope 3, so emission scope 2, emission scope 1. And CO2 analysis, CO2 equivalent analysis, so this is carbon equivalent analysis. This is calculated from all your emissions when you transfer all to carbon equivalent. This is carbon equivalent emission by category, carbon credit by month, because carbon credit is important if you are purchasing carbon credit, so you can measure how many credits you bought per month. And this one is really good to compare your emissions versus your revenue. So this is important because it can show an impact if you are increasing your carbon emissions directly with the growth of revenue or you are saving, so it can give you some additional valuable information about your emissions. And as I mentioned, we have social analysis, so you can find again the most important KPIs about male and female employees, other employees, so you can track all of them through KPIs, absence hours, then amount, gender distribution, age distribution, inactive employees, terminated employees, then employee qualifications, and employee in unions. Currently, there is not so much information on employees, so this is what we created in this moment for social analysis, but we are planning to expand this report in the future. And what is important, this is a set of reports we are covering in this moment, but as new features are coming every wave related to sustainability, we are trying to improve Power BI reporting related to this functionality. If you remember, when we started, we had only 3 reports, 3 extra reports, but now we will enrich reporting functionality with many good and nice Power BI reports. So, before I close this session, I would like to invite you to watch another sustainability session, because in this way we deliver so many different sustainability features, and we have 8 different sessions related to sustainability in this BusyCentral Launch event. So, thank you for watching this video.